This is the 25-minute body scan practice. Before we start, begin by making sure you have the space and time you need to give your full attention to the practice. Turning off your phone, making sure that you're unlikely to be disturbed, and making any final adjustments for your comfort. Making the conscious transition from where it is you've been in the mind and the body to this present moment, connecting with the intention to spend this time being with yourself, by yourself, the way you are. And now settling into a comfortable position that you can maintain for the duration of this track. The body scan can be done seated or lying down, and you may wish to use cushions, blankets to support you, the back of your head, your knees. And the arms rest comfortably by your side, your palms facing up or down, whichever feels intuitively right for you. With the body scan practice, the purpose is to be mindfully awake, to receive, to acknowledge what there is to be noticed. So if you find you're getting sleepy as the practice goes on, then perhaps making the decision to open your eyes and rest your gaze where it feels natural, on a neutral spot. Alternatively, making the choice to practice seated in a relaxed but upright posture, where your spine is aligned over your pelvis, your neck and shoulders relaxed, feeling your feet connected with the ground, supported by the earth. Some people find the body scan beneficial to practice at the end of the day, sometimes at night time, but if you're struggling with your sleep, it is important that this skill is initially developed and practiced at a time when you aren't likely to fall asleep, so that you're getting the full benefits of what this practice has to offer. Spending a moment or two now to check in with the motivation for engaging in this practice at this time. When we're struggling in some way, there are often secondary motivations around, so this might be a wish to relieve suffering, to escape an experience, or perhaps to bring about a certain state. So just acknowledging if this is true for you and respecting that wish for things to be different. And at the same time, seeing if it's possible to allow these wants and desires to move to the background of the mind. In doing so, you're freeing up space for the primary purpose of mindfulness, which in this practice is just to be with the body, breathing. It's possible that sometimes when doing the body scan, a state of relaxation can come about. And it's also possible that the process can bring us closer to what is difficult to be with. And these fluctuations are normal and a reflection of what it's like to be a human being with changing sensations, changing experiences. So now directing your attention to your breath as it's happening in the body. Really noticing how it is to be taking each in-breath and each out-breath. Not trying to change anything, just simply observing the process as it's unfolding. Perhaps you connect with the breath in the abdomen, rising and falling. See if you can rest your attention here for a moment or two. Or perhaps you feel your breath most strongly in the upper body, perhaps noticing how the shoulders rise and fall. with each in-breath and each out-breath. Or maybe you experience your breath most strongly at the tip of the nose, noticing how the air moves in through the nostrils and out. Just finding your point of connection and anchoring attention here for a few cycles of breath. And if at any time in this practice things feel too difficult to be present with, then this anchor of the breath is always available to return to. And now directing your attention down and into your feet, noticing how it feels to be supported by the surface beneath you, and becoming aware of the bones of each individual toe, spaces between toes, contact between toes. Noticing any sensations, warmth, coolness, tingling. And all the different parts of the foot, the ball, the arch, the heel, the top of the foot. Being curious about areas where there are sensations and perhaps where there's an absence of sensation. And as you hold your feet in awareness while you rest here breathing, just take a moment to check in with the activity of the mind. Perhaps it is still and focused. Perhaps it has already begun to make judgments, predictions, or other commentary on what you're doing. And if this is true, just acknowledging this habit of the mind to have it say, and return to being in the experience of the body scan, feeling what there is to be felt in the body, and noticing the difference between truly experiencing and judging experience. And now letting go of the feet as the focus of attention, and letting attention flow up through the ankles, the bones here, ligaments, and into the lower legs, the calves. Perhaps arriving here, there's a sense of heaviness, being curious if this is true for you. Maybe your attention rests naturally around the calves. How is it to direct attention deeper within the muscles? Noticing any shifting sensations, feelings that come and go. And then allowing attention to flow through into the shins, seeing if the sensations are different here. And then holding the whole of the lower legs in awareness for a moment as you breathe, with all the sensations you've discovered, contact with the clothing, temperature. And then letting go of this area and directing attention to the knees. Exploring all the different parts of the knee, from the surface sensations, the kneecap, to the sides, and deep within the knees. Again, noticing how experiences change as you shift the focus of attention. Noticing if sensations feel pleasant, unpleasant, or somehow neutral. And if your mind wanders off at any time or captures your attention with another agenda, just noticing where it was taken and choosing to unhook from here, escorting attention back into the body. You may find that you need to unhook from thoughts, distractions, time and time again. And this is perfectly okay. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. This is just what human minds do, and it's part of the practice. So holding in mind now both knees as you sit here breathing with the body. And then allowing attention to flow up and into the thighs. And if it's possible for you, seeing if you can connect with any sensations deep within the thighs. Becoming aware of contact with the surface beneath you, how the muscles are resting. And then any sensations on the surface of the thighs. And then allowing attention to flow up and into the pelvic area, including the sitting bones, hips, the buttocks. Seeing what there is to discover here for you. It's not uncommon for there to be tension, discomfort in this region as we shine a spotlight in. If this is true for you or for any part of the body, see if you can acknowledge the struggle and begin to soften into it with a few longer, deeper, soothing breaths, making space for your experience to be just as it is. In doing so, creating the possibility for sensations to come and go in their own way. Cradling in awareness for a few more moments the whole of the pelvic region. And then letting attention flow from here and up into the lower back. And here too it is common for people to find discomfort, strong sensations. For others there can be very little to notice. Without trying to find anything in an effortful way, just exploring what is here for you at this time. And then letting go of this region and allowing attention to flow to the abdomen. Perhaps you rediscover the breath here, with a rise and fall of the belly with each in-breath, each out-breath. Noticing the qualities of the breath in this moment, how the body is moving in a dynamic way with space around you, even in stillness. Perhaps there are sensations of digestion, of movement. Just following how these sensations come into awareness and leave awareness as you maintain a focus here. And then allowing attention to flow up and into the solar plexus region, Some people find that sensations have a shape, a colour even, when they become the focus of attention, and seeing if this is true for you. And then directing attention inwards through the body and arriving in the upper back, including the shoulder blades. And perhaps connecting with the movement of the shoulders as you breathe. And then down the upper arms, guiding attention through the arms into the elbows, the forearms, and into the hands. And then resting attention on sensations on the surface of the hands, the palms of the hands, noticing temperature, contact, tingling perhaps, textures. And then bringing into awareness the bones of each finger, thumbs, knuckles. Perhaps there's more to notice in some fingers than others. Perhaps there's an absence of sensation. Sometimes what is dominant is a general sense of the hands as they're offered up as the focus of attention, and this is just fine too. Without judging your experience, just holding both hands in awareness with curiosity. And now allowing attention to flow up, briefly into the wrists, back up the arms, and into the shoulders once again, resting here. Noticing any tension now or tightness, knottiness, or even numbness. Exploring these sensations, how they really feel. And inviting yourself to stay present, here breathing. Sometimes when we become more connected with uncomfortable sensations in the body, there's an impulse, a powerful urge to change something, to react. And if this happens at all when you practice the body scan, see if you can first notice the urge, breathe with it, and then make a mindful choice to soften into the sensation, allowing it to come and go in its own way, or to make an adjustment for your comfort, a gentle roll of the shoulders or a turn of the neck, perhaps. And then letting go of this area and allowing attention to flow to the chest, where perhaps you rediscover the breath once again, noticing the rate of expansion, contraction as you breathe. And noticing the different experience of the breath in this location. With each inhale, the body is provided with oxygen. And with each exhale, there's a release of carbon dioxide, of what is no longer needed. So tuning into the breath just as it is in this moment is following the life-giving process as it's taking place. Anytime you find the mind wandering away or making judgments, just acknowledging this process and then choosing to guide attention back into the body, as if gently but firmly guiding a wandering child back to your side. And then allowing attention to move from the chest to the neck and throat, and then up the back of the neck, the head, the scalp, and down the forehead. Breathing with your attention as you notice any areas holding tension, tightness. And coming now to rest attention at the eyes. Noticing any sensations deep in the eye sockets. Perhaps a heaviness to the lids, or a particular sensation as you become aware of your eyes in this moment. Perhaps there's a feeling of weightiness through the forehead, finding an awareness of the brow bone framing your eyes, and perhaps with a few longer breaths, see if you can soften this region of the face just a little more. And now down the nose, the nostrils, where once again you may notice the breath as you inhale and exhale. The air a little cooler as you breathe in, a little warmer perhaps as you breathe out. And then finding an awareness of the cheeks, noticing if there's any sensation of air movement on the skin. Becoming aware of the ears, any contact there is with the hair. And then resting attention at the jaw for a moment or two. Noticing how you're holding your jaw and if there's any tension here. Once again, using a few breaths to relax the area just a little more if needed. And then letting go of the jaw and directing attention to the mouth, becoming aware of the lips, how they rest, any sensations of moisture, dryness, and then exploring sensations inside the mouth, becoming aware of the tongue and how it rests, the contact it has with the roof of the mouth perhaps, exploring all sensations with your attention inside the mouth, including an awareness of the teeth, gums, the bottom of the mouth, any taste, sensations of warmth. And now letting go of the mouth as the focus of attention and expanding awareness outwards to slowly encompass the whole of the body, here breathing. So widening the lens of attention to take in the feet, the legs, the pelvis, the back, the abdomen, the chest, the shoulders, arms and hands, the neck, the head, the face. holding the whole body in awareness, resting here, breathing. And as the practice comes to an end, when you feel ready, gently wiggle your fingers, your toes, and open your eyes. Gently reconnecting with your surroundings, the environment you're in. Perhaps you'll take a stretch and notice what's available to your senses. What can you see, hear, touch? And see if it's possible to take forward a sense of groundedness from being present and connected with the body and the breath.